My name is David Joseph Wesley, and I'm a composer for film, TV, video games, and any other thing that comes my way. I've been scoring films for almost 25 years now, which is just insane to me. And yes, I am an insane cat dad composer. Ever since I was a kid, music was the thing that really drew me into movies and TV shows. My parents noticed at a pretty early age I would go over to the piano and sit and play along with scores. Spielberg and Lucas and John Williams collaborations and Jerry Goldsmith. First thing I wanted to do after watching these movies was come home, get my action figures, and run around singing the theme song. Noticed when I was playing with my friends that none of them were doing that, so I knew there was something a little bit different about me, which I think may have been partially because of what I found out a couple years later when I was 8 years old and I was diagnosed with a rare eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa. It eventually leads to legal blindness, which is where I'm at now. I use a lot of assistive technology and different things like that to help me navigate around the studio, the world. With my diminished vision, I think my ears were really just focused in on the music and the score and the emotion in it. I probably wouldn't have my Grammy nomination if it didn't have to do with the additional focus I've had on my ears with my visual disability. I do like to consider my visual disability a bit of a superpower. I have a friend of mine named Scott Healy. He and I were listening to some music together, and I was hearing these different details, and he said, "How did you hear that?" I'm like, "I don't know, it's just how I hear it." And he said, "Would you like to be in the booth and produce my big band album?" One of the pieces on that album got nominated for Best Original Composition, and Scott and I got to go to the Grammys. I love movies and TV and music so much that it's worth all of the trials and tribulations I have to go through and the hurdles I have to jump to do that. Like, for instance, moving to Los Angeles without being able to drive. Who moves to LA without a car? Just insane people and me. It's been a blast, and I've gotten such amazing opportunities to get to do things like work on 4 seasons of Family Guy as part of the music team as an orchestrator. A weekly basis with a 100-piece orchestra. Just being in that room with those people. I worked with Ron Jones, he was the composer. I don't just want to be in a composer cave, surrounded by my collection of action figures, making stuff with people all the time, every day. I don't want that to ever end. As far as what I can bring to the table that's special, one, having the unique perspective of a visually impaired person working in a visual medium, and instead of using it as a disadvantage, I took it and used it as extra fuel for the fire. And it pushes me every single day to excel, not only in this career and in music, but in life in general. Second, I have a deep desire to collaborate. I don't just want to be creating music that gets pasted onto something. I want to make music that through our conversations elevates the project as a whole. Well, given the chance, I would talk forever, but we have a 3-minute cap, so I gotta go. Thank you so much, and peace and progress.